The best of the worst. Here are the most shocking Wikileaks Podesta emails so far. As Wikileaks continues to release emails from Hillary Clinton campaign chair John Podesta, RT brings you a roundup of the most scandalous details released so far. Those Wall Street speeches. A January 2016 email detailed how Clinton boasted of her great relations with bankers in an October 2013 speech. She spoke of how, quote, more thought has to be given to the process and transactions and regulations so that we don't kill or maim what works, that we concentrate on the most effective way of moving forward with the brain power and the financial power that exists here on Wall Street, that is, end quote. Meanwhile, a June 2013 speech to Goldman Sachs detailed Clinton's hope to, quote, intervene in Syria as covertly as possible, end quote, and that the U.S., quote, used to be much better at this than we are now, end quote. A November 2015 email chain between campaign staffers discussed planting a Wall Street speech in the media to give the impression that Clinton's speeches to all those fat cats were nothing to worry about. Obama emails. Emails from an account possibly used by Barack Obama before winning the election in November 2008 were revealed on Thursday, 2 days ago. In an email sent on election night 2008, just minutes before the major TV networks called the election in his favor, Podesta messages Obama discussing an upcoming G20 meeting. Podesta writes, quote, on the chance that President Bush would raise this with you tonight, I wanted you to be aware that it is the unanimous recommendation for your advisors that you not attend. Pay to play. In an email from February 2016, simply titled Speaking at the Banks, Neera Tanden, the president and CEO of the Center for American Progress, suggested to John Podesta that Clinton, quote, should just return the money, end quote, if she loses badly. Another email from Clinton aide Huma Abedin to Mook and Podesta in January of last year, 2015, details, and this is important, look at this, how Moroccan authorities donated to the Clinton Foundation's Clinton Global Initiative to get access to Clinton. Abedin says that, quote, the king has personally committed approximately $12 million, both for the endowment and to support the meeting, end quote, and that, quote, the condition upon which the Moroccans agreed to host the meeting was her participation. If Hillary Rodham Clinton was not part of it, the meeting was a non-starter, end quote. She goes on to say that the meeting had been Clinton's idea. Quote, our office approached the Moroccans and they 100% believe that they are doing this at her request. She's creating this mess and she knows it, Huma Abedin added. Designed to give her some cover. Politico's chief politician correspondent Glenn Thrush sent his article to Podesta to be approved prior to publishing. Quote, please don't share or tell anyone I did this, end quote, Thrush said. Podesta responded that there were no problems here. In an email exchange from June 30th, 2015, Brent Budowski, a columnist for The Hill, contacted Podesta regarding a piece he wrote which he described as being, quote, positive, carefully written, and designed to give her, that is Hillary Clinton, some cover with the liberals, end quote. Doofus Bernie, referring to Bernie Sanders. Podesta messaged Tanden in December 2015 regarding the Paris Climate Change Conference and referred to Bernie Sanders as a, quote, unquote, doofus for attacking the deal. Budowski criticized the campaign's September 2015 email for allegedly giving Clinton surrogates talking points to attack Bernie Sanders. He instead recommended that the campaign, quote, make love to Bernie and his idealistic supporters and cop out as many of his progressive issues as possible, end quote. The mail to Podesta from Philip Munger, a philanthropist known for his hefty donations to the Democratic Party, took an alternative approach. Munger wrote Clinton, is, quote, going to have to kneecap him. She's going to have to take him down from his morally superior perch, end quote. What planet is Hillary Clinton on? Clinton's description of herself as a moderate Democrat at a September 2015 event in Ohio angered Tandon. In an email to Podesta, she asked why Clinton describes herself as such, to which he replied that she, quote, didn't remember saying it, not sure I believe her, end quote. Tandon insists that the comment has made her job more difficult after, quote, telling every reporter I know she's actually progressive, end quote. And she added, it worries me more that she doesn't seem to know what planet we are all living in at the moment. The Clintons won't forget their friends. In November 2014, Clinton's campaign manager, Robbie Mook, emailed Podesta about moving the Illinois primary out of March as it would be a, quote, lifeline to a moderate Republican candidate, end quote. Although Illinois was offered a bonus of 10% extra delegates if they moved to April and 20% if they moved to May, the date didn't change. Quote, they don't really care about being helpful and feel forgotten and neglected by POTUS, Mooks writes, adding, the key point is that this is not an Obama ask, but a Hillary ask, and the Clintons won't forget what their friends have done for them. Food groups. February 2016 messages between Podesta and Frank White Jr., who raised over $2.3 million for the President Barack Obama during his 2012 re-election campaign, highlight the Clintons team's awareness that it, quote, doesn't value black folks, end quote. A list of potential vice presidential nominees categorized in, quote, rough food groups, end quote, is detailed in an email from Podesta to Clinton. These, quote, food groups, end quote, were broken up into 7 categories, including Latinos, women, black men, business magnates, and one group with just one member, Bernie Sanders. Hillary's Achilles heel. After Clinton gave an interview, which referenced the email scandal to NBC's Andrea Mitchell on September 4th, 2015, Tandon once again gives an interesting insight into Clinton's shortcomings. Quote, everyone wants her to apologize, end quote, Tandon said in an email to Podesta and Jennifer Palmieri, Clinton's director of communications. And she added, and she should apologize. Apologies are like Achilles' heel, but she doesn't seem like a bitch in the interview. And she said the word sorry. She will get to a full apology in a few interviews, end quote. This is contributed by RT, and it's on the Daily Sheeple. I'll leave a link below for you for this. More of the Wikileaks Podesta dumps, 10, 11, 12, so on, coming in brief in a few videos following this.